Guys, welcome to another episode of Living Life, a Life View. I am your host, Dr. Veronica Garcia, and today I'm joined by an essential member of our university and very special piece to our undergraduate and athletic department, Coach Michael Baggetta. Hi, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
I'm
excited to be here.
For you to be here, and so excited for the world to know that you're here.
Yep, it's awesome that we're starting to get some visibility as of now. So, and it's really exciting for everybody on the team, in the program, and in the department. So
let's dive right in then. What's
Sounds
the team?
Good. Men's lacrosse. I'm the head men's lacrosse coach here. I just started our first season in the summer of 2022. The athletic department and the university announced the addition of men's lacrosse, and I was hired in August of that year. And we've been building up and trying to get to the field, and finally got to the field starting in February.
That's amazing. Congratulations. So that's quite a ramp up from summer straight into February on the field, doing the work. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So, how has been the recruiting process? I'm coming from a long...
excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of how I want to say this. I've been in college athletics for a very long time. And so once you figure out the swing of how the recruiting process goes and the timeline, it's been easy since when I left my former institution. I just went right into it recruiting, and we've been haven't missed a beat at all. And so with that being said, learning a new institution, getting acclimated, that was probably the most difficult thing for me to do at first, because the recruiting process wasn't that difficult in terms of reaching out to recruits, knowing what we're trying to build here and what have you. So the process has been very, very enjoyable. I've met some really, really neat people throughout campus, getting to understand different departments, and it's really helped with our recruiting pieces and especially information for our potential student athletes here.
That's amazing. That's really good. So what would you say has been, I guess, just in a short period of 9 months now or so, right? What would you say have been some of those highlights to kind of getting the sport up and running and getting yourself into the field?
Well, I think one of the best things is just how strong our athletic department is from top to bottom. And Jamie has done a great job, our athletic director, and really making sure that we have the tools and the resources provided for us. So early on, obviously, I did not have athletes on campus last year, came in from the summertime, got our guys on the campus. So everybody's brand new, all guys. So everybody was getting acclimated to that. And some of the highlights have been just really being able to get to know the different staff members, and really having them interact with our guys and understanding what we bring to the table in terms of our expectations, our standards that we set for our young men in the classroom and on and off the field. So just really interacting with some of those individuals on campus has really been a highlight for me, just because I love to learn and get to meet new people. So that's been a pretty big highlight. And then obviously just watching all the sports excel here is been really, really nice, because everybody's competitive with each other and everybody wants to be the best. So
and pushing themselves and pulling themselves also.
So I feel like that's been some of the biggest highlights so far. And then naturally around Christmas time, the Lights of Life. So it's been really enjoyable.
Welcome to Life University. That's amazing. Yeah. That is amazing. I wanna get a little bit of insight of why lacrosse. What got you into lacrosse?
Great question. So I come from a very sports inclined family. My older sister, my older brother have always been heavily involved in athletics when we were younger, and just kind of wanting to be and follow in their footsteps. So when I was younger, played football, and lacrosse was added to our youth program while my brother was in 7th or 8th grade, and just started watching him play, and it was so much like football and the fast pace. And I'm not somebody that could sit around very, very often. So baseball or some of those other sports that are a little bit more slower and static was not the most interesting to me. Yeah. And then naturally, I'm not the tallest person in the world, so basketball was not naturally interesting. It just kind of seemed to be a nice fit, and really just the competitive drive. So that's how I kind of got started into it, was watching my older brother play, and I started around third grade and just kept getting more and more into it, and the game kept growing in Northern Virginia, and so just really kind of stayed that path and played both football and lacrosse through high school and in college. Yeah.
That's amazing. Where did you go to in college?
I did a scenic tour. I started at the University of Massachusetts right out of high school to play lacrosse there. And then I decided that I missed playing football as well. And I transferred to a small Division III school in Southwest Virginia. Okay. It's called Hampden-Sydney College, where I played both football and lacrosse. Was not the most studious, learned from my mistakes, failed out there, and then I graduated from Salisbury University on the Eastern Shore of Maryland.
That's amazing. It's so important to also have those experiences and now be in serving in this capacity that you're in, to hold them accountable, because you've been through it.
I think sometimes when they try to give me an excuse, I'm like, I've made that excuse up, so you can't really get that by on me. So yeah.
let's get back on track.
Exactly.
I love that. I love that. And for those that are not really familiar with lacrosse, talk to me about what the sport looks like. What's the point system? What's the goal and the purpose of it?
All right, the game of lacrosse was invented by the Native Americans. Yeah. So it's the oldest team sport in the northern North America, and the premise of it is very similar to hockey or soccer. It's a goal system, so one goal at a time. You utilize sticks that have, some people would call it a basket, but it's like a mesh pocket. And it combines pretty much football's physicality, soccer's endurance, baseball, and baseball, like in terms of some skill sets that you utilize from baseball, throwing mechanics, and then very much like hockey in terms of tempo. So you play 60 minutes, 4 quarters. There's 10 guys on a field at once. There's what you have called midfielders that play both sides, offense and defense. They can come off. It's free substitution. So that really makes it for a fast-paced game. It's the fastest game known on 2 feet and other than ice hockey. It's very, very physical and exhausting in that sense as well. So in terms of what our guys, so you have the football players in there as well, that kind of concept.
That's awesome. And what is a typical life of a lacrosse athlete here right now would look like when it comes to like training and getting back to the field and school? That's
a great question. I haven't overloaded our student athletes with a rigorous schedule yet. We're gradually just kind of letting them put their feet in the water. And I think, I have high expectations academically. You're a student first, athlete second. So when we got on campus in October, we met with the team after the first week, let them we met the team before school started, as it got started, and we let them kind of do their thing, get acclimated to the classes, do what they needed to do for that first week. And then second week, we started in our off-season lifting program with a strength and conditioning coach 3 days a week. And then 2 weeks later, we started practice in the off season, which was 4 days a week for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, kind of letting them have the best of the student life experience as well. So we gave them the weekends off, and that went until Christmas time. And, and I think typically, we'll have 6 hours a week of study hall for the guys. Then also academic meetings for some of the students that are struggling academically with myself. And sitting down once a week with all the newcomers for them to get acclimated. Yeah. So really in a typical off season, they're probably doing about 3 to 4 hours a day for lacrosse for about 4 days a week. So 16 hours a week. So we're not asking too much. I don't want them to overwhelm them. And then in the spring, you're practicing 5-6 days a week if you don't have a game, and then you're playing games on the weekends and sometimes in the midweek on Wednesday, plus travel. So their schedule's a little bit more structured. We do like to do a lot of things off the field that we haven't really incorporated with them, because I know everything's a first for these guys.
Yeah.
Everything. So I want to make sure that they don't get overwhelmed and they get their ducks in a row. And it really worked in the fall for us. We ended up having a very high team GPA, highest in the athletic department with a 3.63 in the first quarter. So first quarter in team's existence. So I think that our methodology worked a little bit there. And so now we'll just continue to ramp up the standards and expectations. And so the schedule will get a little bit more rigorous as we kind of grow.
That's amazing. Well, congratulations. Good luck. It sounds like the students truly have that support system to just succeed, not only in the athletic piece, but the academic piece of it. And I'm really excited that they have you. It sounds like you're extremely well-versed in the sports, but you also want to see them succeed. So thank you for just taking the opportunity to come into Life University and taking this position and kind of running with it. I know that athletics is extremely grateful to have you. And good luck on the season. The season is just starting. We hope to be around. We hope to be able to cheer you on and be part of this beautiful movement of men's lacrosse at the university.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much for having me. And
yeah, we'll see you in the next episode of the Living Life at LifeU. Have a beautiful day, guys.